Dave Coe. He was a little greasy last night too, wasn't he? No? Greasy. Hey, where? Get in here, it's good. Coming up in just a few minutes, Jeff Blair will tell us what's on the Jeff Blair Show. Jays lost last night. They play again tonight. Jays Rays, 7 p.m. Sportsnet 590 The Fan and on Sportsnet Television. It's a good game last night. I enjoyed it. A little boring, a little anticlimactic, but it was great to see a full Rogers Center. I love it. My first home opener, so I'll say that. Never been. You been?
Yeah, I went last year.
Oh, okay. Was that your first one?
Home opener, yeah.
Yeah. It's a different vibe when it's full.
Oh, for sure.
And I sure hope this carries over. I sure hope the excitement around these Toronto Blue Jays. And did you hear the ovation Castro got at the beginning?
It was crazy.
It was almost Bautista-esque. People love that kid.
I just couldn't imagine if this team is in a playoff race in September. That place is going to be on fire. And say what you will about that, but a lot of people would love to hate on the Rogers Center.
Yeah.
Looked pretty good last night for an old ballpark. It's been around, 20 years.
Yeah, it looked like my Aunt Mary after she got a facelift.
Yeah.
And got some hair transplant. She was like she had this big bald patch here.
Yeah.
And then she got a hair transplant and got a facelift because she got together with some rich dude.
Yeah.
And then she showed up at family reunion, and it looked like she had been nicely redone, but still you knew what it was.
Right. Okay, so hold on, that's what the Rogers Center looked like last night.
Still it's an old beauty.
Okay,
It's one of those that was redone.
It's the Helen Mirren. That's great that your aunt was
She's no Helen Mirren.
A reclamation project for this old, but what did this guy look like if he had to date your aunt who looked like that?
I didn't consider it. I've never met them. I don't speak to that part of the family.
Okay, but if he has to date a woman who's in such disarray, I'm sure he's not easy on the eyes either.
10 pounds of stuff stuffed in a 5-pound bag. With a bald patch. With the bald popped on and, not mine. With a bald patch, and she got redone, just like the Rogers Center. That's what I'm saying. It's like my aunt.
It looked good last night. The old girl looked good last night.
Yeah, she did, didn't it? And you know what? You know what I liked is I liked not only was it packed, but you remember that big void when when Hard Rock left the then Sky Dome, now Rogers Center, and it was just it looked gross. And they had the windows there. Yeah.
They took out the windows now.
Took out the windows now. It's the WestJet flight deck. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
And it's a cool, happening, snappy bar, right? Where you can watch a game. It's a fun place to go and get your drink on, get greased, order some doers neat, and pretend they're shots, right, George? I don't know what you're talking about. I'll have 5 shots of doers. That's what George says. And the girl's like, we don't do Gregorian. She goes, we don't Gregorian. That's George last night trying to say D.D. Gregorius. Gregorian. The girl's like, she goes, we don't do shots, unfortunately. This is her suite. That's just a little trailer. And he goes, oh, pardon me. I'll have 5 ounces of alcohol in 5 different glasses, neat, please.
Yes.
And she was Gregorian. She was accommodating. It was good. Anyway, if you think we were bad, Johnny Albenzine took to the streets after the game last night, our intern. And you wanted to gauge fan reaction, right?
That's correct.
How'd it go?
It went very well. A couple of beers in, everyone becomes an MLB expert.
Yep.
That's definitely the key to the streeters, is finding the best experts out there.
Here's Johnny on the street.
How do you think tonight's home opener went? Really good. There was a lot of energy. It's a good game, yeah. The Blue Jays need to come in the top 10 payroll. I understand they're 120 million? What is it, 120 or less than that? Probably 120 million, roughly like that, right? They need to be in the top 10 for payroll in order to compete and be in the playoffs.
Well, they played good. Well, no, they didn't. I think it came down to a 1-run game, which is really not up to the team at that point. It really just came down to the Tampa Bay Rays shutting the offense down.
It was definitely a heartbreaker. Near the end, I thought it was going to happen. When Eddie and Jose were on base, I was like, yes, it's going to happen. And it did.
Game was great, but strip club will be much better.
How many games do you see them winning this year?
I think they're going to contend. I predict a wild card for them.
I'm gonna say optimistically, because I love the Blue Jays, 95 games, meaning playoffs. I think they're gonna win the division for some reason. I just have a thought though. They'll be lucky if they win 80.
They might take the division. If not, they'll take the wild card.
I think we could do minimum 40 wins this year. You know what I mean?
40
It's
wins.
a safe number.
No.
It's safe. You know what I mean? We don't want to have too much high expectations like we did with the Leafs and we did with the Raptors. You know?
Oh, right. I think they're going to get about 92 wins. They might take the division. If not, they'll take the wild card.
We are actually on our way to the strip club right now as we speak. We're going to the beer ride only. It's the place to be. That's where all the Blue Jay players are going right now. Also, half price rippers on the house.
Classy. Beverages.
Yeah. Jeff Blair's here.
Yeah, your tweets were off the charts funny. Like I said, that was just like a night at home. So. That's how much you swear at home? Pretty much. What'd you think of the game last night?
Well, I mean, I guess the good thing is it's probably the last home opener I already think he pitches. So, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I think he's got another year left in it. Well, I mean, they haven't won. What's he 0 for 3 now?
Yeah.
It was great. It was, the crowd was good. They were into it. It was a well-pitched game. The nice is somebody got a hit. The thing I found interesting was the way that ninth inning kind of developed and John Gibbons putting a play on with Jose Bautista in first and Edwin Encarnacion at the plate. And, Jose gets thrown out at second, but what really kind of screwed that play up was the fact that Edwin swung a ball four. Edwin doesn't swing a ball four to work over. The fact that John Gibbons was that aggressive in the ninth inning with the middle of the order coming up just kind of reinforces the fact that this team has to win.
Yeah.
And, there's a lot of pressure on John Gibbons to make sure this team is in first place or close to first place by the end of May.
What's on the show?
Joe Siddle will join us out of the gate. Eddie Olchuk, who is now on Twitter. I don't know when the hell that happened. But I guess. I don't know why the hell you do that if you haven't joined by now.
Stay away.
It's like crap.
Don't bother doing it.
It's full of bad people, evil people.
Oh,
bad things in their mind. Worse. No responsibility. It's like the internet's version of the homeless shelter. You just kind of go in, write something, you leave. So I don't understand why Eddie Olchuk is going.
You go into the homeless shelter, you take a dump in one of the beds, and then you walk out of there and go, see you later.
That's what it is. Anyhow, Eddie Olchuk will join us. And Chris Johnson as well will take Leafs calls. I missed my Leafs calls yesterday.
Yeah, I bet.
I sure wanted to hear all that Leaf angst. You like Brendan Shanahan inspires a lot of confidence, doesn't he?
No.
Talk about an empty suit. Anyhow, we'll get people talking.
Wow.
Well, we got
Wilner coming in today, too?
Yeah.
Another round table with Wilner?
Round table with Wilner.
Okay, no round table with Wilner.
Happy round table, the Optimist Club round table. Wilner and Blair.
Well, I don't know. Gee, it could be worse. The world could be ending. I don't know.
Let's go to calls.
Jeff Blair, the Jeff Blair Show next. We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for hanging out with us. Bye.